Hello, is it me you're looking for?
It's both of us, right? We're both back, not just him.
Alright, welcome back to SPFL Extra, we're back.
Jason Cummings has now scored 7 in 7 for the Hibbies, but the question is, how does that compare to the grades of our team?
Yeah, fantastic stuff from Jason, and in the second half of our show, we will run through your Goal of the Month nominations, some great goals to cover. Okay, so this week is all about consecutive runs. Players and teams performing over a series of games and breaking some mental records. Currently, but Jason Cummings, he, as you said, has 7 in 7.
Yep, the Harry's on a roll, beating out Dundee United in the Cup and advancing on in the later stages. Jason Cummings, focal point of the attack.
Yeah, some people are calling him the Scottish Jamie Vardy, whereas we're calling Jamie Vardy the English Jason Cummings. Well, Jason Cummings is doing absolutely terrific. However, there are players that have bettered Jason Cummings.
Say it in so.
Exactly. Well, unfortunately, it is the case.
He'll win.
Namely, David Carlson has 8 for Dundee. During his time at Dundee, he scored in 8 consecutive games. That in itself is good. However, like most things in Scottish football and most records, it is a tie at the top between 2 old firm representing players. Now, Conor, who's the Celtic man?
The Celtic man is Mark Viduka. Came from afar.
Fantastic player, always looked out of shape, always scored goals. I mean, 10 consecutive games.
He was one of my favourites growing up because he was the heavier set guy like I was, so it was always really good to think, if he can do it, maybe I can.
Yeah, you and Mark Viduka, very similar body types. However, the top place player, he is tied in terms of games, he's scored in 10 consecutive games, the same with Mark Viduka, but we think Marco Negri, the former Rangers striker, is a little bit more impressive. Why? Scored in 10 consecutive games. In one of those games, he got 5 goals against Dundee United. He got, in another few games, he got a couple of braces and stuff like this. We're not talking about 10 goals in 10 games. Jason Cummings scored 7 in 7. Negri was killing it for 10 straight games. He was a phenomenal player.
Ended up the season, how many? 32 in 30.
Phenomenal player.
Now it's time to talk teams and unbeaten runs.
There's no I in team.
Of course not, but there is an iron win. And Celtic won 25 games in a row.
Love that. Seamless transition, lovely.
25 games in a row, that is mental.
In the 03-04 season, the Hoops won 25 games in a row. Now that's when football gets boring. You win 25 in a row, that's just stupid, but phenomenal stuff.
I just want to know who ended that magical run.
Yeah. Well, see, Celtic constantly winning the games at the top, but there are teams that go on unbeaten runs that aren't always at the top. Now, hear me out. In the 2010-2011 First Division, Dundee in November were handed minus 25 points. In November you had a minus 25 points.
25 points.
Scuppered. You're done.
Teams get 25 points total some teams.
You're absolutely done. How about going on a 23-game unbeaten run that lands you with second place in the division? That's how you respond to adversity. Fantastic stuff from Dundee. What a team. We've got Hearts in the last year's championship.
Yep, got to look at that.
They went for a total of 20 games unbeaten, and the run was stopped by Falkirk. Exactly, well played. Now, then again, we've got Rangers, who remained unbeaten all of the 13-14 season.
Yep.
Fantastic, great stuff. But don't let everyone tell you about Jason Cummings being the only one on a fantastic record-breaking run right now. He's not the only person or team in Scottish football doing it right now. Ayr United, big up Ayr United. We've chatted this whole year about Dunfermline.
Yep, we have.
Dunfermline have a goal difference of positive 28, but they're in second place.
They are. And it's second to Ayr United.
But the thing about Ayr that's fun for all the fans and fun for everyone watching is they're not utterly demolishing teams. Ayr have, on this unbeaten run, twice in 2 separate games come from behind to rescue a draw against Forfar. They're gritting it out, fighting, doing everything they can, and the Ayr United fans have got to be delighted. So a big shout out to Ayr United. We absolutely love your work. But if you're a fan of any other team in the Scottish Professional Football League, we need you to tell us about your best unbeaten runs, your best goal-scoring runs. What were you loving being a part of as a fan of Scottish football?
Who do you remember going down and seeing every week just score and score and score, and you just think, how is anyone going to stop them? So last week, Callum asked you for your nominations for Goal of the Month, and you still got time to vote. Voting closes on Friday at 5 PM, and then it'll be announced Monday.
Yes. Exactly.
So First of all, here we go. I'm going to start with my favourite and my vote, I think. Brian Easton against Aberdeen. What a volley it was.
Absolute hammer.
And we've got quite a few names to shout out here. So we've got Kyle Fumi, and Kyle Quincy, and Ryan Cassidy, and Struan De Rossi, and Donut HQ.
Fantastic.
That's a place I want to be. Donut
Some
HQ.
nice names as well. Some nice names.
And we've got Volks was called out for a couple. He scored 2 belters, one against Rangers and one against St Mirren.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So we've got Callum Wilson and Nathan Eagle there. And next up we've got
Gary Miller and Stephen Lawless of Partick, both goals coming against St. T's. Gary Miller, who was let go from St Johnstone in the summer because he was deemed not good enough, and then scored.
Yeah, and then we've shouting those goals out. We've got the FIFA Jag 1876, Kenny Smith and Tom Riley.
Big up.
Then we've got Patterson's goal, obviously that belter from when it just came out to him, he hit it first time.
Really can't smack it for a defender, strong guy.
Yeah, well, we've talked about that in FIFA a little bit. Kevin McIntosh shouted that one out, along with Andrew Buchanan and LJ Gaming.
LJ Gaming, love it.
And then we've got Griffiths' mazy run, Messi-esque, as if I do say so myself.
He's been on fantastic form, and that goal against Hearts was one of the best goals he's scored this season. Phenomenal.
Oh, for sure. So you get CR7 Fan 67, Aidan Wallace, and KBax04.
You've really done well reading them out. There has been one goal that has not been shouted out enough, and voting is not closed yet. And I'm backing Brian Easton, but we need to get some votes for this goal.
Right, okay.
And this is Stevie Mallon against Livy, the messiah of wonder goals, the hottest young product in Scottish football, in my opinion. He's a fantastic player, and if you do not believe me, get watching this goal, because they're passing it about a bit, nothing's really on, can't be down to the defence, then Stevie Mallon batters it, like absolutely batters it right into the top bin.
Just like a cross goal, just like smacks it in the top corner.
Terrific. He's got the mazy run in him, he's got the great dribbling, he's got the long shots, he's adding everything to his game, he's exciting. Now don't forget, if you have not voted yet, voting lines haven't shut. They close Friday 5 PM, we'll reveal all on Monday. But if you want to vote, you can, and the way you do that is by clicking on this video right here and then submitting your vote in the comment section below. Sadly folks, that's all we have time for this week. However, we do need your help. We need you to let us know who you support and whether your team has any scoring or unbeaten runs that we need to know about. I'm talking, can you beat Jason Cummings?
Not a chance. But remember guys, SPFL Extra is the show by the fans, for the fans, with all the best juicy bits of Scottish football. So if you don't want to miss a thing, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and subscribe on YouTube.
Brilliant. Right, you guys, we'll see you next time.